So, hello, fellow Earthlings. This is Earthling 6455463728. And I wanted to harken back to the past for a bit, to the Leo the Lion episode, when everybody was so upset that this lion had been the victim of trophy hunting. And it's just, isn't it kind of funny? I mean, this is a creature that's like us. It eats other animals. And because it was dead as a result of trophy hunting, many other animals that it would require to sustain its existence would be able to continue to live a lot longer. But nobody is really too concerned about those animals, you know, how many wildebeests, how many gazelle, or anything else that that animal would have eaten are going to live a little bit longer as a result of it being gone. So, yeah, that's really kind of ridiculous now that I think about it, you know? At the time when it's in your face, you don't really, but no. And I guess it's, well, I don't want to go too far and talk about how great it is that, a human being would die in the same way, but it kind of is because, or even me, because that means that however much land it takes in order to for me to exist, to feed me, that land can be a mall or something. But yeah, I guess that's it for Leo the Lion. It's just, I don't know if people didn't really care about the gazelles and whatever else that lion was gonna eat. Maybe they should have given them a name and said, hey, there's gonna be, because I mean, how much does a lion eat? Let's see if it eats one gazelle a week or something. It's like 52 gazelles in a year. I think that's anyway. On another note, there is A Quiet Place 2, and I was really kind of looking forward to seeing that movie. Um, and it was not a horrible movie. It was not. But am I looking forward to seeing A Quiet Place 3? No, not really. There was not enough exposition in this new movie to for me to feel like, oh yeah, I wonder what else they're gonna tell me about. There's practically nothing. There was practically nothing that we've learned about these creatures, where they come from, what their purpose was aside from killing humans. And yeah, I just kind of lost interest. And then there was this thing at the end that I guess was supposed to be important, where two things were happening simultaneously, and just not impressed. Not really. Kind of disappointed, actually. I'll probably see A Quiet Place 3, but not because I'm all excited to see it. No, I gotta be real, I probably will not see it. There's a lot of movies that have passed that I really have not seen after all. So, yeah, this is that time. There was a time, now that I think about it, there was a time when I was, up on music, the new music that was coming out, and I was thinking, at some point I'm not going to be current with new music. And I don't know when that time was, but it has definitely passed. I couldn't care less about what new music is playing or who is singing it. I mean, I know Billie Eilish. I think she's the biggest one right now, but I can't say that I like any. I think Mr. Bad Guy, I'm the Bad Guy, yeah. That one is kind of cool. Anyway, I was thinking about what the CIA might be up to right now. I mean, of course, we have learned, if you've paid any attention to that kind of thing, that in the past, the US government and, you know, people like scientists and whoever else have done some messed up stuff. And I just wonder what they are up to right now. What is their idea for a cool thing? I'm thinking it probably has something to do with China, maybe. Oh, well, two things. One thing is that there probably is some government that the CIA or somebody else like that is trying to topple. You know, like they were given money to Saddam at some point to go against Iran. They're probably trying to do something at some point. Um, and I wonder what's going to come out. It's probably a lot of stuff because Edward Snowden is still out there. And he has a lot of background stuff that was supposed to keep him safe. And he's safe. So it must be some really messed up stuff. And of course, you know, there's stuff beyond that. Beyond what he would know. Stuff that's happening right now. As opposed to however many years since he left. So there's that. And this thing with China, I saw a headline which was saying something like the US urges G7 nations to call out and stand up to China. And I'm kind of like, why? Is China trying to spread communism still? Why? Is the US just doing this stuff like out of habit because they used to do it? You have the biggest military in the world. You have, you know, the wealthiest economy in the world. Yeah, China is doing well because they are still making your products, US products. Why do you need to stand up to somebody? Okay, right. So there's the Uyghurs, right? Um, Lots of stuff going on with them. Poor Uyghurs. What about the Palestinians? Nobody's standing up to Israel because of that, right? There are minorities in every single country who are not doing well, like the Rohingya, I guess, or Muslim people in India. And nobody's like, I mean, yeah, people are calling out India, I suppose, but it's not a big deal like China. Do people just, especially in America, do people just have to have a bad guy to say, yeah, Russia is like taking a back seat to China because China did what? I don't know. Um, I think it's partly because, you know, Joe Biden is old and this is all that he knows how to do. I think that's part of it. And I think it probably had the same to do with Trump. You know, Trump was calling out Japan at some point and then China, and I think they're old and that's all they know how to do. But I'm sure there are a lot of young people who want to help with that, to continue the tradition. Why? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, can't we all just get along? How about the Roma people? I don't think any country in the world is treating them right, but nobody really seems to care. Anyway, it's just, to me, it's really crazy. Um, one thing that I saw, and I probably mentioned it already, is that I saw that somebody, scientists, had come out with a report that tracked the history of CO2 in on Earth for the past millions and millions of years. And I went looking for it. I think I found it, but I think I also found like some crackpot people who were looking at the same data because they didn't really think about it. Um, anyway, not exactly the article. They were showing that there was a steady decline of CO2 in the atmosphere from, you know, the beginning of multicellular life 600 million years ago, I would imagine, to now. And I think at one point it was a lot lower at some point. That was when the Earth was a popsicle. Anyway, um, apparently in the comments of that article, there were a lot of people who were really excited and they were like, you see, CO2 levels used to be a lot higher. I think a really good amount, like right now we had 400 parts per billion or million, parts per billion CO2, I think. They were like, I think a good spot for the Earth is like 1,000 parts per billion. And I was thinking, hmm, just because that was a good temperature millions and millions of years ago, and you know, Antarctica was a tropical climate, do you think any of the plants and animals now know how to deal with that temperature? Do we? We weren't around then. What the heck are you coming up with to say that we should have a higher CO2 levels? And this was like a number of people had this idea. I don't know, it was crazy to me. Anyway, that's it for me today. Thank you if you have listened. Have a good one. Peace.